What's up everyone, I hope you're doing well today. So today I'm going to be ranking and reviewing my new comic book day pickups. I ended up picking up 8 issues this week. There were a few issues I opted not to grab, mainly the King in Black tie-ins, but I did get a few really cool ones this week, so stick around to see who claims number 1. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone, AR Comics here, and today I'm going to be ranking and reviewing my new comic book day pickups from February 10th, 2021. But before I get started on that, if you are new to the channel, I drop weekly comic book content, and if you want to join a community that's dedicated to comic books and raising awareness for mental health, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified. Every time I drop new content, you won't regret it. And thank you everyone for the donations. We are so close to $550, and remember, I am giving away ASM 430. It's a 9.4 CGC. All we have to do is hit the $750 donation mark. The link is in the description, so stay tuned for more info on that. But without further ado, let's get started on this week's new comic book day list. So I hope you guys had a great new comic book day and you were able to get everything you wanted. As I was saying, I did end up only picking up 8 issues this week. I ended up not grabbing any of the King in Black tie-ins. I don't know. Deep down, I really wouldn't have been too happy with myself if I got them. I just, from the beginning, really just wanted to read the main story, and I wasn't too interested in the side plots. And I also didn't grab any DC Future State this week. I really only liked the Wonder Woman stuff, and the Swamp Thing was pretty good too, and I didn't really want to get any of the others. But as far as this list goes, I did get a second print and a third print this week. So the first one we got today is Star Wars High Republic number 1. This is the third print cover, and honestly, this is the first copy I have of this. I missed out on the first and second print. I didn't have it on my pull list at the time, so I mean, that's all on me. But my shop was like, hey, we got a third print for you. Do you want one? I was like, yes, let's go. And then the other one I ended up grabbing is the second print of Haha. I really like this first issue, and I don't know, I was a little hesitant to get the second print of it, but for some reason, I just keep thinking it's going to end up popping off like Ice Cream Man did, so I thought to myself, why not just pick up the second print and just hold on to it? You never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to move these out of the way. So now, for my top 8 list this week, coming in at number 8, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 55. This is cover A, and what can I say about this series that I haven't already said? I really like the artwork. The artwork never lets me down. I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero, and I don't know, I've talked about this with other people. Us Spider-Man fans, I feel like this is just like a drug to us. There's a new Spider-Man series or a new issue that comes out, and every time we're like, let's get it. We know the series isn't good right now. We know it's not going to get any better, but we need it because it's Spider-Man. If you feel that same way, let me know down low, because I don't know, there's got to be other people out there like me. But as far as this issue goes, I don't know what Nick Spencer's really getting at right now. There's so many different plots going on, it feels like. We have Kingpin, Kindred's still there, Mr. Negative is back, and now they brought all these other enemies kind of in at the very end. I'm not going to get really into this issue too much because, to be honest, there was just so much really happening. But I feel like Nick Spencer writes this series. It's like Nick Spencer just kind of wakes up one day and he's like, damn, I gotta make a Spider-Man issue tonight. I'm supposed to be giving it to my publishers or whatever, and it's gotta be handed in by the next morning, and he just writes it all that night, and he's like, yo, I got it. This is all good, and just take it. It is what it is. Because that's just how I've been feeling with this series. It's just casually thrown together. There's just so much stuff happening. It kind of feels like a Michael Bay movie. It's like, this is going on, and now there's this going on. And I don't know. I'm just not enjoying it, but, you know, 59 issues deep. I can't stop now. I need to ride this out to the very end. Maybe I'll get rid of it as one whole massive series together. We'll see how it goes, but for all those reasons, as always, coming in dead last, Amazing Spider-Man. And up next, we've got coming in at number 7, Erratic number 3. This is cover A, and I really do like this series. I feel like this series is very forgettable, though. I casually keep going back to see what these characters' names are and kind of what's really going on, because the first 2 issues felt like they were the exact same issues. It's like, you got these brand new characters, and now they're in a brand new place, and then something happens at the very end, and then the next issue was kind of, they just woke up and the same exact thing happened. But then reading this issue was a little bit different because, I mean, it actually was the same thing. They woke up and it was like a brand new day at school and they were doing their own thing. But I kind of like the way it's written. This issue was told with two different perspectives. You've got the main character, Oliver Leaf, and that other girl, I think her name is Kristen. So you kind of see their day-to-day. One's at school, the other one is with that doctor who's got his own little weird thing going on. But we're 3 issues deep now, and the series itself just really isn't doing much for me. I'm just not really enjoying it, but there's only a couple issues left. I feel like I need to ride this out to the end. But I also kind of want to drop it at the same time because I'm not enjoying the story, but the artwork is incredible. I'm loving the artwork. It's so bright and vibrant, and the colors just really pop on all the pages. And at the end of the issue, something big did happen, so it's going to be a good lead into the 4th issue. So I might keep going just to see how that plays out. But overall, I think the series is just okay. It's one of my least favorite AWA ones going on right now. And for all those reasons, coming in at number 7. And now, coming in at number 6, we've got Homesick Pilots, number 3. This is a fun series. I'm really enjoying it. I thought the first issue was kind of cool. I didn't really like how the way it ended. The second issue brought me in a lot more, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm really digging this. We're going to go with 3 and see how it goes. This issue was very good in my opinion. So we moved away from Amy, the main character. She's the one that kind of was consumed by the house, and now she's set off to do these tasks, bringing back the ghosts or whatever. And that's still going on. But the cool thing about this issue was now it's told from a whole different perspective. It's one of her best friends that's in the band with her. His name's Buzz. And now we saw from the other issue, it's like she's out there, she's doing this, she's doing that, but now we get brought into this issue, and he's like, you know what? I need to go find Amy. I need to figure out what's going on with her. And you just kind of see him do a little bit of detective work, but she's still kind of there in the background. You don't really see her too much, but I did think this was a great issue. I know a lot of people are really enjoying this right now, and I felt like I wasn't one of those people at first, but after this issue, I'm definitely hooked because I feel like the next one, it's going to be the same thing. So it's like 2 issues kind of from her perspective, and now 2 issues maybe from this perspective, or another friend from the band as well. But I'm really digging the way that they're writing this, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. Coming in at number 6, we've got Homesick Pilots. And up next, we've got coming in at number 5, Undiscovered Country, number 12. This is cover A, and this has honestly been one of my favorite series from Image right now. I'm loving all these issues. The artwork has been incredible, and this issue is the end of the arc. They are finally done in the Unity Zone, and they've moved on to the next one. You don't see anything about that until the very last page, and I'm really looking forward to that next zone. But I kind of felt that this arc was a little underwhelming compared to the first one, and I thought the ending to it was kind of the same thing. I just wasn't as excited for it. It felt like it was really slow, and then everything just exploded, and then it just ended. So to me, that kind of was a letdown because I did like what they did with Unity Zone. I think maybe 1 or 2 more issues would have made this arc a whole lot better. But in this issue, we kind of switch focus from the main characters to the Dr. Jane. She's the one that's kind of controlling everything in Unity Zone. And now it's basically her just fighting the Destiny Man. I thought that was super badass. But then she kind of flipped the switch and she just became sort of a good guy. I don't really know. Things were going a little bit back and forth. Like I was saying, this wasn't my favorite arc of the 2 so far. This final issue was alright as well. But what I really did enjoy about this issue was everything that kind of happened in between. Not really the fighting between the Destiny Man and Dr. Jane, but how the main characters are now trying to escape. They escaped those little cocoon things that Dr. Jane wrapped them up in. Now they're released from the mind control. And all that stuff that happened in between made this a great issue. The main focus points of it I thought were alright, but it was all the side little stuff. But as far as the next arc is going to go, you guys need to get caught up on this. I'm loving everything about Undiscovered Country, and I think this next arc, it's going to be freaking sweet. It's going to be kind of like an adventure one, so I'm looking forward to that. But for all those reasons, definitely coming in at number 5. And now we've got coming in at number 4, Darth Vader, number 10. This is cover A. And before I get started on this issue, I just have to say, this cover is absolutely stunning. I love this cover so much. And as far as the series itself goes, I literally sat down last night and read issues 1 through 9 together, and I couldn't stop. The artwork is beautiful, and while the story itself doesn't have a ton of dialogue, they do a great job telling the story through the artwork. And that's how I was able to just blow through it so quickly. I realized I was on issue 8 or 9, and I was like, man, I already just sat down and read this whole thing, and I didn't even realize it. So I'm a little disappointed in myself because now that I've read issue 10, now I'm going to be like everybody else, and I have to wait for the next month or however often these issues come out. And in reality, there's not a whole lot that happens in some of these issues like this one. I thought it was a little bit slower. It picked up right where the last one left off, and not a whole lot of stuff happened. You know, Darth Vader, he's with Ochi still, and he's still doing his mission to try and I'm not really going to give it away because this is something you need to read for yourself because it's so good. You do need to watch the older movies, though, if you really want to get a great understanding of it. So there is that, but there's nothing really prior to read. So back to what I was saying, Darth Vader, he kind of just has to confront some of his inner problems in this issue. There's a big monster, they hit him with some gas, and then he just, it takes over his body. So he's got to figure out some of his own problems, but Darth Vader being Darth Vader, he's a complete badass, and he figures out how to get past it, and then he gets to his destination, and that's where the next issue is going to lead us. So if you are reading this series, let me know down below what you think about it, because I'm new to this. As I talk about in a lot of my other videos, I'm new to a lot of Star Wars series. I've only ever seen the movies, and now the comics is like a brand new world to me. So let me know what else is good. I'm also reading Dr. Aphra, I've got the High Republic, and now I'm on the Darth Vader train. So just let me know, but for all those reasons, coming in at number 4. And up next, we've got coming in at number 3, Scout's Honor, number 2. And I picked this up based on all of your recommendations in the past previews video that I release every Sunday. There are so many comments that were saying, you will regret not getting Scout's Honor. And I can't believe I missed out on it the first time. So I had to read the first issue online. I wasn't able to get an actual copy of it today. I did order it, so I am going to get a physical copy in at some point. But this issue, this series itself is way better than I thought it was going to be. I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't read anything about it. I just wanted to get it because all of you guys said it's very good. And it is. I like the artwork, but the story was way better. So it's set in a post-apocalyptic setting. So if you're getting a little burnt out of that, kind of like I am, you might not like this one as much, but it is a good story. So everyone that's kind of left is following some scouts code. They're all like these Boy Scouts, and they have different ranks and levels and all that stuff. But in the last issue, some really big news dropped at the very end, and it kind of sent the main character thinking like, man, everything that I grew up knowing is kind of wrong, and I don't really know how to deal with this. I don't know how to cope with it, because that's all you know is this scouts group. Everyone in this group follows this same code, and none of them know that they've been wrong their entire lives. So a lot of more stuff happens. That's just kind of a gist of what's really going on in this series. But thank you for the recommendations for it, because I thought it was so good. And now for all of you guys who haven't read it and you've just kind of been on the fence with it, or you've seen other people comment about it, but you never really were like, I'm not going to read this one, definitely give it a shot if you can find issues 1 and 2. It's totally worth the read. And now we're down to the top 2 issues of the week. Coming in at number 2, we've got Image's brand new series, Radiant Black, number 1. This is cover A, and I really like this issue. There wasn't a whole lot that really happened to it, but it just felt so relatable. It starts off with the main character. It shows him right off the bat. He's in some serious debt, and I already know a lot of you guys can relate to that. Just like me, we're all in some sort of type of debt. We all have payments. We all have things that we can't exactly afford, but we make do, just like he's trying to do. And then it goes on a little bit deeper. He's trying to just fulfill his dream. He wants to do his dream job, but he can't do it. He's trying to think of himself as like, I failed. I'm this, I'm that. I'm in debt. I can't do the dream job I want. And a lot of people, I don't know, that's relatable to me. This is just a regular person dealing with his regular life. He's in debt. He hates his job. He wants to fulfill his dream and do a job that he really wants, but he can't really do that. And then what does he do? Once he fails everything, he has to move back home, and then he goes out and gets drunk with his friends. I feel like a lot of people just do that. But other than that, the rest of the story then is when he's out drunk, he finds some weird black hole type superpower thing, and he grabs it and he turns into a superhero. And then the story takes off a little bit from there, but it's a very average person now with superpowers. He's talking with his friend. He's like, I don't really know what to do about this. I don't know how to deal with this right now, but I've got this cool suit on and I can do things with my mind. I've got super strength. And it was such a fun read. It really kind of did have that Power Ranger vibe to it. I mean, it is written by the same guy, but even the artwork, I don't think it's the same artist, but just reading it kind of felt a little bit like Power Ranger to me. So to me, this is an absolute must pick up, especially if you love the superhero stuff and Image books. You're going to really like this one too. But coming in at number 2, Radiant Black. And here it is, coming in at number 1, my top choice of the week. I almost didn't even grab this issue, and I'm so happy I did. We've got AWA's newest series, Casual Fling, number 1. And let me tell you about this issue. This exceeded all of my expectations. I went in there not even knowing what this was about. I always give AWA a shot. I saw the front cover, and I thought, I might not like this one. I may grab a King in Black tie-in or a DC Future State instead. And I said, you know what? I'm going to roll with it. And I am so happy I grabbed it. So like I was just talking about with Radiant Black, it kind of felt very relatable. Like this is something that happens to a lot of families in, you know, the real world. So it's a New York family, you know, regular wife, husband, they've got a couple kids, and she works extremely long hours. She's got an office job, and you know how that is. The business needs her there more than she needs to be at home. She's missing some family gatherings. And, you know, one day she just kind of slips up and she meets somebody and she has a casual fling. And then you just proceed through the rest of the issue, kind of not like everything is normal, but you see her kind of making up for it a little bit. She's being a lot nicer to the husband. He's unsuspecting of things. He doesn't really realize what's going on. But then this guy, he keeps calling her and he's trying to meet up with her again. And she's like, no, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And you kind of see where he's at. He's thinking, you know, I thought you were someone really nice. I really respect your opinions. And, you know, if you don't want to meet up, you don't want to meet up. But then you kind of see that he has dirt on her. And just kind of the way that you realize that the rest of this series is going to go is this guy's not going away anytime soon. And he's going to use this dirt to his advantage. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of these issues. You need to pick this one up. This was probably one of my favorite AWA series that I've read in a very long time, other than Year Zero, because that is just incredible to me. But let me know what you think about this one down low if you did pick this one up. And if you didn't, definitely give it a shot. Coming in at number 1, Casual Fling. So what do you guys think of this week's new comic book day? Honestly, I really didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't have a lot of Marvel on my pull list. I opted not to get the Eternals number 2, any of the King in Black tie-ins. The only ones I knew for sure I was getting was Amazing Spider-Man and the Darth Vader issue. I didn't get any of the DC Future State. And even as far as indies go, nothing from Boom. I think 1 or 2 issues from Image, and then the other ones were all AWA or Aftershock. I gave a lot of these smaller publishers a shot this week, and they killed it on like all of these issues. I'm so happy I picked up all those, especially Casual Fling number 1, AWA's newest series. I couldn't believe how good that was. But enough about my number 1 pick. I want to know what you guys liked. What did you pick up this week, and what was your favorite issue that you read, or something that I should be reading? Let me know down low in the comments section. I would love to talk about it with you guys. But thank you for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.